Okay, so let's have a look in Manychat how you set up a Zap and integrate it with a Google Sheet. So the first thing you want to do is come in your Manychat, and this isn't a lesson on Manychat, but just a couple of quick things. If you take a phone number, for some strange reason, if you select phone there, this won't integrate properly. So what you need to do is make sure that is a text field, and then what you do is when is the best time to call, have that as text, and what email can I get you on, and have that as text as well. Now, that's not going to allow it to cross-check and make sure that it's a proper email, but it'll get the Zap to work, and there may be a workaround for this, and you can look it up, but this is the basic way to do it. Now, importantly here, what you need to do is add an action, which I've just done, and I called it Complete Demo. And once you add that, the little green thing up here will say that it's been added. And then what you do, after you've made all your changes, you hit Publish, and it'll give you an error there if there's any problems, and it'll turn green if it's okay. So now what I've done is I've got the user input fields here. By the way, this is only in the Pro version, which is $10 a month. And now that's ready to take the data. So the next thing we want to do is head to Google Sheets. Now what you want to do is in Google Sheets, you want to set up your heading titles along here, whatever information that you're going to put in here. Now in that one I only had 3, but in another one I've got multiples of these. Now the other thing that you're going to want to do, especially if you're doing this for customers, is over here have something like follow up 1, and then you want to drag that across, and you want to have it 3 follow-ups, okay? And then you want to conditional format these, so conditional formatting there, and in follow-up you want to go if cell text contains yes, then we want to make that cell green, and then we want to add another rule. If the text is no, we want that cell to be red. Sorry, I didn't. Oh, yep, we've done it. Okay, so now what it's done is it's going to have green for yes and red for no, so that the ones that need following up stand out in red. Now here's another suggestion, right? This part of the sheet is going to get filled by your people inputting their data, and the follow-up section over here is going to get filled by the client saying whether they've followed them up or not, once, twice, or 3 times. Now, we don't want the client to do sorts and filters and mess up all this data. So what I suggest you do is you set up 2 spreadsheets. So this one here I've called info2me.com. Now what I should have really done is called it info2me.com master. And then what you do is you call your second spreadsheet info2me.com customer. And what you do is, so you have all your data come in here and fill the master. And then what you do is you export that data from these cells here into the customer copy. And then what you do is, on your version, the client never sees it. On the customer one, they see it exactly as it appears on yours, except that it's importing all this data in these cells over here, and they can only play in these ones. And then what you do is you import these ones from the customer copy, which they're going to be changing, back into the master one, so that they can only play around in their customer copy, and they can fiddle with the follow-up columns, but they can't touch anything else. And that's how I suggest you do it. There's other ways to do that, but that's one way that works. So then what you do is you come over to Zapier, and you can do this in the free version, and you link up your Manychat account, and then you have to tell it, if you've got multiple things in your Manychat, you need to tell it which one. So I've told it it's this one, and then we test it, and it says cool, that's working. And then you have to tell it when to apply this. Okay, so I just need to do something. I want to refresh the fields, because I've actually just recently changed them. I want to apply it when the person gets tagged. Okay, so I just had to come back in here. It wasn't showing up because I've got to go there and go when a new user is tagged. So now let's test it. Okay, and let's continue, and that should show up. So loading choices, completed demo, which is that tag that we just created. Okay, so cool, that's what we want. And we go continue. So now when someone fills out our data, they're going to get tagged. So let's go fetch and continue. Okay, now I'm getting this error because no one's been through the bot yet. So I'm going to go through the bot, and then that should disappear. So I'm going to come here into Manychat and go preview. That's going to send it to my phone, and then I'm going to go through the bot. Okay, so I've just been through the bot. So let's fetch and continue and see what happens. Cool. So now it's got data and it's all working. And if not, if it doesn't work again, you can go and try it again and then press that one. So then we just go continue. Now it's time to go and link up our spreadsheet. So what we want to do is we want to create a spreadsheet, okay, a new row each time we get data, and we want to test that it's all linked up, okay, and if not, we'd link it to our Google account, etc., etc. Then what you do is you go continue, and then it allows you to pick your sheet, which mine's called info-to-me.com. All right. Now, then what you've got to do, if you've got multiple sheets within that spreadsheet, you've got to pick which one you want to use. So, for this one I'm going to use, I think it's apply. Let's just go and check that. Yep, it is apply. So then what you do is you just go through and you link up each of these fields. So first name, use the first name, Matthew. Last name, okay, Connors. And all you're doing is you're teaching it how to read. Okay, so the username, Matthew Connors, the user ID is there, the email, user email, yeah, that's going to be down here somewhere where I just put it in. I think it's that. I've got a few bots running on this, so I just need to make sure I get the right one. User custom fields email. So what you've got to do is you go back to Manychat, and in here, what's the best email? Okay, so save responses to a custom field, and we're going to call that email. And actually I'm going to create a new one just so I can make sure I get the right one. So enter the field name. I'm going to call this apply email. Oh, we've already got it. Apply email. Okay. Published. Now, when I come back to the Zap, somewhere here, custom apply email. Yeah, apply email. Right, so that's the right one. And then what we want is apply phone, so we're looking for user apply phone. Okay, yeah, there should be a number there because I entered one, so I'm just going to look for it because I do have. Nope. Okay, so user custom apply phone. I'm just going to double check that. So we're going to go here and we're going to say apply phone. We haven't added one, so let's just add one now. I'm going to apply. You start to type, and then what? You click on that, and then you go apply phone. Okay, and go create. Caption already used. I'm just going to go apply phone 1, create. Okay, now I've got to go publish over on the top right. Go back to my Zap. I'm going to get rid of that. And it's probably not going to show here. Apply phone 1. It might if I continue, sheets, continue, I probably had to do that test step back there again. Okay. And retest. Okay, fetch and continue. Okay, continue. Let's go in here, continue. Sorry, I had to duplicate that. Let's test. Okay, cool, it worked. Okay, now there's all these other ones that these are ones that I have in the spreadsheet, but I haven't got in this particular bot. So I can just leave them empty. Okay, they don't matter. They're just going to come up as empty columns. And there's follow up 1, 2, 3. Now they're going to be empty as well because remember, I'm not pulling that information from the bot. That's something that the client is going to fill in later. So I've now told the Zap to grab this information up here from the Manychat, okay, and put it in my spreadsheet. So now what I do is I go continue, okay, and now send test spreadsheet row to Google Sheet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is click on this here and go send the test. And now, if you come over here to this spreadsheet, it is actually input the data. So as you can see, that's quite simple, and that's going to give both yourself and your client something to operate from, and that's going to allow you to monitor who's getting followed up. It's much easier than going digging through chats in the Pages app, especially for clients that have lots and lots of customers. So now you saw, I had a lot of fields I had to go digging through back here in the Zap because I've got, about, I think I've probably got about 7 demo bots set up in there, but most people are just going to have one, and that's going to be a lot more straightforward. So if you like that, if you like what we're doing, head on over to info2me.com and have a look at what we're doing. If it suits your business, then give us a call. Apply to work with us. We can't work with everyone who applies, but at this stage, we're looking for real estate agents, and if we have vacancies, we'd love to work with you.